Wow. Hello, welcome back. Teh Tarik Hour. As always, it's me, Azreen, along with
Ah Kit.
and we're back again for another Teh
Tarik Hour show.
Yes, talking about all the things that we want to talk about in Malaysia.
Yeah.
Sharing our opinions. As always, if you guys want to reach out to us, tehtarikhour@gmail.com. Wow. Animation. And if you enjoy what we do, as always, please share, like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. If you want to hear it on audio, we have a Spotify link somewhere there lah, so that you can enjoy it while you're driving or something like that. But we're back again, and this episode,
And today we are thinking of
it's a continuation.
suddenly we come out this the ideas. It's not suddenly lah, because we have discussed in this topic before.
Yes.
This because the
And if you want to find out, here's the episode link right there, down there.
the episode is about the minimum wages in Malaysia.
Yes, so we did have a topic about minimum wage, and for the upcoming or at this point already passed is the
Yes.
Labor Day,
Mm.
which is for most people it's just considered holiday lah. But the meaning behind the holiday is that it's about workers getting right pay lah, right benefits or all this thing .
Yes.
But Ah Kit, you come to me and then you say, Azreen, there's more topic need to talk about the minimum wage and the workers. Workers 2.0, as you say it. What happened? What sparked your thinking this way?
I think this video we post up this after. I think we are speak after these 2 weeks. Our government already mentions the minimum wages for the government servant
For public servants,
is
increased by 13 or 15%.
I think our government servants right now the minimum wages is 1,700 or 1,800 something like that.
Around there lah.
Around
It's
there.
because the minimum wage overall is still 1,005. So government servants should be slightly higher than that, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, the first question we want to ask for both of us lah. The first question, are they enough for 1,005 or 1,006 to survive? If let's say for servants lah, in KL or some other places also, definitely 1,006. If let's say, I don't think just 1,006 for the salary. Maybe they have a housing allowance, and then maybe it's got others petrol allowance and family allowance. I don't know. These have
all these benefits, and also like lower interest rate for personal loans and all this. There's a lot of benefits you get as a public servant.
But this is not important. This is not important to our today topic. The important is the increasement
Of the salary itself.
of the salary. Because for the government servants, I think our PM has already mentioned. Based on your performance, it's like the corporate company. Based on your performance, then I increase your salary, right?
You feel like the approach towards the salary increasement is too profit driven. Is it?
So two personal things. It's not because government servants is. Servant actually is a serve for the public and serve for the people. It's not this is my ideas lah.
So you're not seeing ROI when you are a public servant, ma. You're not seeing return on investment when you're doing.
Yes, we are not doing the invest to these government servant things, right? But actually based on other country, they are thinking if the governments are thinking of the economies of the whole country is making money. The
GDP.
GDP. Then they are thinking of we are do the increment for the public servant. This is the idea from other countries. But for us, how come they want to look for the performance for individual, the government servant, they are increased for them, for the people?
I mean, when they said this and the idea that you can only get this increment only if you perform well, for me it's already raised the question, who will do the evaluation? Sometimes, like, let's be real, even in private sector lah, you say you increment or what, sometimes it's not based on your performance. Sometimes it's based on how well you hap chop with your boss lah. Like some people will be like that. This guy barely do any work but always get promotion, always get something. Why? Because good friends with the boss ma. How is that a fair evaluation of a worker? Because sometimes you can see like that. This staff very good worker. always do his job, all this finish on time and everything. But because he leave sharp 5:30, they say, oh, not a good worker, so won't get the increment or anything like that. So there, I have personal issue in terms of that lah. To have this like requirements in order to have increment or salary increase lah. To me, I think a more better solution at that point should be just increase minimum wage straight away, which I've already made clear on the last episode, which you guys can see lah.
Yep.
So that is my entire point. This 15%, 30% increase only if you perform well.
Yeah.
I don't think it will be
I absolutely agree what you're saying also. If let's say for minimum wages, yes, we absolutely want to increase the minimum wages because we are compared with other countries also. If let's say for executive levels, Singapore and Malaysia, because if let's say for Singapore, their earn is 3K Sing dollars, the minimum wages for the government servants. But in Malaysia, maybe 1,008, the minimum. But for currency-wise, we are not talking about currency-wise. We are talking about the surviving and then...
Yes, livable wage. Because
yes.
As we mentioned before, previously, the livable wage in Malaysia, or to have a good or comfortable life in Malaysia, or in Klang Valley area at least, is apparently 2,700. So that's what Bank Negara says. If you want to live comfortably, if you have a family and all this, 2,007 is minimum.
Yes. I think because why we want to set the minimum wages, you know, I have the ideas. It's like say our government servant, if let's say they are good money enough, the minimum wages, I'm saying it's not the personals, the increasement. If let's say we got at least 3,000 or 4,000 for the government servant, it's very good for the government servant for more in effectiveness. If let's say
they're more encouraged to work.
Yes, if let's say I got 3,000-4,000 is quite number of salary.
And more people would want to work in public servant, right?
Yes. Then compared with a corporate world, then with more people to work in, then the government become more effective.
Because people would want to work when you pay better, right?
Yes.
That's how we as workers would look at it.
If let's say for governments, wow, I earning 4K, examples lah. Earning 4K, government servant become a one executive. But outside, I mean the corporate world, maybe a 3,005 or 3,002. You
would want to work at government?
Yes, I would want to work government. And then the government servant also mentioned, wow, he want to work more harder because 4K are very hardly to get outside the market. So
true.
To Malaysia, the government side is more effective. This is the way to conduct the government side.
You're so fire today. I think you need to be the human resources minister, is it? You need to fight. You need to challenge for the people's work, the workers' right. You know.
This is like the corporate world.
That's also the thing, right? That is a when you start thinking that way, it will have a domino effect towards the entirety of Malaysia. If the government set the standard and say like, oh, our workers we pay 4K minimum, okay, then a lot of people will flock to the government sector or public sector. Then the private sector will look, oh, I also need worker but they don't want to work with me. I also need to increase. So they also increase their salary in order to match or even to attract better workers by higher salary or something like that. This is a good thing that will lift up all workers in the end.
Yes, in the end, the Malaysia market, all the people, the workers with the January will become increasement.
Because you encourage all this growth and everything. Plus, at the same time, you also, when you increase salary to that level, you also make sure that it stays consistent with the economy and the inflation. Because right now, as we all can feel, right now, our current salary is not consistent with our inflation or the price of things. Some people are still being paid like minimum wage 1,005. But is that 1,005 enough? Same amount of purchasing power it is compared to 10 years ago? No, ma.
Yeah.
In some point, it might be even worse. And if you never have your salary increase, let's say you are a worker, you get paid 5,000. But you only have the salary is like 5,000 for the last 4 years. If you calculate properly, it's you earning less already, man. Because of inflation and everything. So it is, I don't know. I guess the government, to your opinion, is the government not doing a good job in handling worker salary and then all
Yeah,
this.
I don't think this one to become a one very personal, because the personal is a personal performance. Every way, I mean, the corporate company, they will also look, oh, the personal, maybe they are increased, maybe more than that, and this is the personal things lah. But I want to look at the whole pictures lah. And then some more, if let's say the higher salary, we make the corruption and bribe lesser. If let's say the government is, oh, I earning 4K, 5K as a police and the outside, why I want to bribe? If let's say I gonna bribe for somebody that you totally lost your job, then I don't have the rice bowl.
Zero ringgit lah.
0 ringgit, then I will only get your 50 ringgit because the corruption, or you saman 50 ringgit I get your 50 ringgit, I gonna, then I lost my job. Then the pride, the corruption, I solve the corruption issue also because of the high salary.
Yeah, I mean, if you are
The rice bowl,
if you're paid enough, you're less likely to accept bribe because you already got paid. The only reason you take the bribe is because either you are
I want to risky.
You're very desperate or you're very greedy. Is this two lah? But to counter to that, man, our corruption is quite bad lah. I think there was a recent news that come out that says like Malaysia lost a total of 200 over billion ringgit to corruption. 200 over billion ringgit, bro. If you consider that, that is like 28 years for us to give sumbangan tunai rahman. Like that amount is enough to sustain the people for the next 28 years. We can get government handout for 28 years, you know. But because of corruption, 200 plus billion gone in the air. Nothing to do. Instead of giving it back to the people, we don't know where it goes. And then no one is getting punished for it. But back to the workers thing. It's interesting that you come back with this kind of thought. Because in the last episode, you were very pro-business in the sense that increasing minimum wage needs to look at how it will affect businesses. So what I want to know is what changed your thinking there. Is it because you went to Australia and then you
different mind already?
You experienced the Australian labour movement there? Is it?
Actually, I went to during the Labour times lah. They are during have a protest and that means the rally also they are, because I think it's quite good. I think it happened in Malaysia also. They get the right.
But the thing is, I think like in Malaysia, this is a very recent thing. I don't think this movement and this support for like labour right and labour workers right is not really as much in Malaysia back then lah. I think now it's more there lah. But in Australia, I feel like that's a very big issue and a lot more people are more aware of the movement there lah. When you were there, how did you feel like the labour movement there? Were they very powerful? Were they very like vocal and all this thing?
Actually, Australia, they have a freedom. Their freedom to speak out. They can have the freedom to do the things also lah. But I'm not so familiar actually. But for worker sides, I know their not say benefits lah. Their working hour is quite nice. You can see the people 8 o'clock 9 o'clock then go for work, and then 4:30 you can see the office all empty already. Wow, then the life is so nice.
Compared to here, it's like you go in at 7 and then you leave at 10 p.m. like that, is it?
You can see the entire, because I stay just beside the office, the
area,
office building lah. So I can see the people who are work, and then after that 5 o'clock, you see how come so dark already? The office, the people all are cabut. Wow man, now it's 5:30 only, bro. The time 5:30 I can see no one in the office.
I mean,
I got but see, I think it's a manager's still working. But after 6, no more people.
But I don't think that's like a very consistent thing lah. I think it's like only once in a while kind of situation or an exception. Like maybe they're chasing a deadline or something. But in general, most workers, I guess in Australia, it's like after your working hours finish, cabut lah. What for you want to stay?
Very good life.
But compared to here, here want to micromanage even more. You know, here wants to how many hours you spend on this? What you do this? You're not staying back after office to do all this thing,
But the other thing is quite pity also. Some of
the pay also not good. Our pay also not good.
Yeah.
All this hard work, your pay is very kacang. You know, small peanut only, bro.
I think peanut only Kacang putih.
How to survive, But this is the current situation that we have lah.
I think it's because the currency issue also. Malaysia currency now is compared with last time, we also very weak
But the thing is, what can we do in terms of like currency improvement? Like if you're not willing to invest on the people, all the money disappear, don't know go where. And instead of investing back to the people, how do you expect the currency to power
You know,
up?
when I in Australia, I meet one guy in a pub lah. He says something to me, just a very casual talk with this guy. This guy is went to Malaysia 19s. He said Malaysia is quite diverse cities country. It's very good country. The time he mentioned, he said, but after 20 years, he never come back to Malaysia. He said, now I say, what you think about Malaysia? Then he said, I think about Malaysia is more like a Muslim country compared with last time he looked at the Malaysia.
Even outside people already can see also.
Because last time the people is 19 the time, they said he went to Malaysia for vacation, especially he quite like the Sabah and Sarawak that side. I think a lot of the Masalay they like that side one.
But the thing is, right, I don't think they are seeing the side of Malaysia that is the real side of Malaysia, because I do believe Malaysia is still very diverse, very multicultural and very accepting lah. It's just that on the news and then on the front page, it's all about the racist and religion thing lor.
But he mentioned also it's very good also, because it's like Japan, or you want one race to entire country. It's no diversity. It's that more diversities it's like it's diverse no?
Okay, this one I think is a bit racist. This guy, I think the guy a bit racist, bro. I don't think the diversity is an issue. What is an issue is who decides to separate us, to divide us, and this is often because of political parties that want to maintain control, and they do this by forcing fear and wedge issues between us. I tell you, if there's one party that can unite the entirety of Malaysia, regardless of race, religion, or
BN. Is it BN?
I don't think you.
You think last time we got BN, we got 3 races in the one party, right? We call it three party in the one group.
Yes, but there is distinct.
But now,
no, yes, it's 3 in 1, but like you can see there's a different hierarchy there. You can see which one has the most power, which one has some power, and which one has the least power. Okay, so yes, you can say technically can say like three races in one party, but like
come back to minimum wages
But in the terms of minimum wage, then yes, the news of what Anwar said, I think not good lah. We're not really solving the issue of workers getting enough pay And I don't think we will have that issue solved anytime soon.
But we have to consider for others, like we call it other workers also other segment of workers. Workers like the foreign workers who are work in Malaysia also very suffering.
Wow, you also want to tackle foreign worker? What happened, man? Something happened. Yeah, I feel like you become a political activist already.
No,
usually I'm the one who has to say oh, the foreign workers is very unique case that even less help there
Yes,
but
I don't want to mention what company is that. I have seen some of the workers. They pay their own
pay from their own pocket.
Pocket money to apply for the working visa. It's 8,000 ringgit for Malaysia, but their salary is only 1,200 or 1,300. But you see, if let's say they pay for the work permit 8,000 per year, 1,200, 1,300 per month they are earning, which means 700 or 600 ringgit they spend in their for their life, their living.
Because if you total up the yearly income of that, and then you minus with the permit,
600 or 700, you can live in KL.
Bro, isn't it like a lot?
You know how much the one coffee costs you?
I mean, don't compare my coffee lah. That one is like 12 ringgit at least, man. That's a different story. But like for them, it's like, yes, you say food. There's also rent. You need a place to stay also, ma. What you expect them to live outside or something? Then transportation.
Yeah.
And then they're saving to send back to their family back home. All this costs and you assume 1,005 minimum wage. Sometimes certain companies don't even follow the minimum wage for foreign workers.
So should the government have any ideas to solve the problems? I think it's very pity from them. I feel like, how come the people so pity, like this kind of
They're willing to suffer through this kind of thing, is it?
yes, yeah. Some more the government is don't have
Don't do anything to help them,
Yeah.
right?
any.
Well, the simple answer is the business is more important than the worker. Lor. Government, I still believe even in our current government,
No, the government actually they can do something. If let's say they don't allow the more people to come to Malaysia, these kind of workers to come to Malaysia, they because we are don't have any.
no. I don't think the idea is to put restriction on workers. The more imperative issue is to look at the business and how they're conducting, because the punishment should ultimately go to the business because the workers already suffer, ma. Why you want to put more suffering on them, right? Like you already say, oh, this foreign worker pay so little, need to pay all this, and then you tell me, let's not let them come to Malaysia at all. I don't think that's the issue. That's the solution. The problem there is look at the business. Why are we allowing them to do all this? Why are we allowing them to hire at such minimum wage?
No, because the businessman is still can look for these kind of workers around.
Yes,
in
but
KL. So if let's say they don't have, because we have not.
I know you're trying to say like we cut the supply, there's no demand, right?
Yep.
But the thing is, right, supply will never run. There will always be people who need work, ma. You cannot say like, oh, let's just eliminate the supply there. You cannot. That is not the solution. The solution needs to look at your demands. Why is the demand there? Okay? It's always about profit driven. The government needs to put more restriction on the business rather than on the workers. Because people are taking advantage on the workers. Workers no power. The foreign worker, what can they do? Like you say, oh, they're getting so little and paid so little and they need to pay out of their pocket. But what can they do? They can't really go to like police. Police will layan them, eh? No. They go to lawyer, they have enough to pay for a lawyer, meh? Who want to work for free like that? But the business owner, they do this, they get all the profit, ma.
I think we want to look for another episode. We talk about these foreign workers who are suffering in Malaysia, especially those who are born in Malaysia, like foreigner workers who are born in Malaysia.
And they grew up in Malaysia,
yeah,
but they
don't
never
have any birth certificate.
They don't have nationalized.
Yes, they are very hardly to look for a job in Malaysia and then get bullied from some Malaysian.
Oh, you
workers.
really suddenly become foreign worker advocate? Or what's going
What
on,
the
bro?
heck?
What's going on, bro? Australia changed you.
No, because I talked to someone.
I think
Yeah,
that's good because
yeah.
like a lot of the time people just assume what is the situation for foreign workers. They think people just assume foreign workers come here to take advantage when in fact they are the one being taken advantage of. And I try to always push this.
They are a victim also actually.
They a lot of it is our victim of businesses who take advantage of them and their situation. And there are extreme cases where even to the point where they're not even getting paid and all this like foreign visa pass people they say you can come here, we give you visa worker, and end up in a slave contract and there's nothing they can do about it.
Someone is a government is
And
not,
government are not doing enough
power.
to do this, and they're not willing to pay people to help.
Someone maybe the government is one of the benefits, you know.
Well,
how you know corporation?
well, we don't want to go too deep to that in case like any government workers see us.
But come back to the question is like, yeah, they are very pretty, especially those people who are live in Pudu, where there's like a lot of these kind of people, you know.
So they're struggling and trying to survive.
Anyway, they don't have any birth cert. They won't look for a job. They treat them as a foreign worker.
Because they don't have the birth cert, the IC or
anything.
And then people say, oh, this
is Bangla. But I'm Malaysian. I'm Malaysian. Actually, I'm born here. Actually, they are born here. They are not easily to get the birth certificate.
Yes, Malaysia actually quite strict in terms of like giving out the citizenship. Even for like some, like we've mentioned before previously, the fact that sometimes before this if you are born from a mother Malaysian but the overseas, you still won't get IC, even your mother is Malaysian. Because mothers apparently are not given. But now it's different.
They don't have any strict law who are... this I don't know. Maybe someone is born in Malaysia. They're not easily to get the Malaysia birth cert. They are not definitely is a Malaysian. Not considered as a Malaysian.
Unless you are, Malay or
your parent is a Malaysian citizenship, then you are become Malaysians lah. If let's say your parent is not Malaysian, you are maybe some other country like foreigner lah, then you are follow your parents foreigner also.
Yeah, it's like that, lor.
Or even you are born here also. It's not like Americans. They are born in Americans, then you are automatically you got an American
I
citizenship.
mean, because the thing is, for them, you can apply for citizenship in an easier way, lah. Like, the process for applying citizenship is much more lenient in the US compared to Malaysia. Malaysia is either you are born Malaysian or you're not Malaysian. That's it. And if you are a foreigner who wants to become Malaysian, you need to go through like visa programs like Malaysia My Second Home kind of thing, lor. Basically saying only rich people can come and become Malaysian, lah. So if you are a working person and foreigner, then
but even you are born in Malaysia, you are. I also the same thing. It's pity also. The next generation, I'm not in education because I cannot go for public school.
Yeah.
So you make the problem bigger and bigger and bigger.
Exactly.
The foreigner become bigger and bigger, but they are Malaysians.
Wow, dude. Wow, this is the topic that I also want to talk about, but suddenly you bring this up. Wow, Ah Kit become advocate for foreigners and immigrants. Oh, wow, got a lot of changes. I think this is the turning point for Ah Kit to become a political activist already. Good, but any case, we are coming to the conclusion of the wages and minimum wages. I also share with your sentiment. Our current movement and current action and decisions by the government is not enough, and I honestly believe that it's not gonna change anytime soon unless there's stronger movement and support for the change, law. Maybe seeing how you've managed to suddenly change to this, I do have a bit of hope, lah. Maybe Malaysians can work for it, law. But what do you guys think? Is the minimum wage currently enough for all of us? Or do we need more radical change? Do we need to make a stronger movement to help the workers in Malaysia? And also about foreign workers or immigrants?
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think. Share in the comments below what you guys think about the current situation for workers and immigrants and whatnot. It seems that Ah Kit is already becoming a political activist. But let us know what you guys think. As always, if you enjoy our stuff, our content, our talk, share, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And if you want to reach out to us, Teh Tarik Hour @gmail.com.
Thank you.
And until then, we'll see you guys on the next episode. Goodbye.